Close your eyes. Let your shoulders soften. Let the tension in your neck melt away. Breathe in slowly, and breathe out even slower. The present moment fades. There are no phones here, no screens, no modern worries, only the soft rhythm of your breath and the gentle footsteps of time is taking you far away. You are no longer here in the 21st century. You are traveling through time, through history, through memory. You are floating backward, beyond yesterday, beyond centuries, till you reach a warm, golden land beneath the Mediterranean sun. It is the year 78 AD. The world is young. Again, the Roman Empire stretches proudly across continents. Cannes, at its southern edge, nestled beside the Bay of Naples, lies a beautiful little town. Pompeii, the wind carries the scent of olives and lemons. Terracotta rooftops shimmer under the afternoon sun. Cicadas sing in the trees, and down cobblestone streets, laughter echoes from courtyards and fountains. You are walking those streets now. You feel the texture of smooth volcanic stone beneath your sandals. The buildings rise on either side, painted in vivid reds and golds. Shutters creak in the breeze. A fruit vendor waves from her stall. A group of children play a game with stones and sticks in the shade of an old fig tree. You pause near a fountain. Its water trickles gently, splashing over lion-shaped spouts into a marble basin. The water is cold and clear and has flowed like this for hundreds of years. This is a city alive with rhythm. The scent of baked bread drifts from a taberna on the corner. A man strums a lute near the temple of Apollo. In the forum, merchants haggle over bolts of silk, jars of olive oil, and free of red wine, and high above it all, looming in the distance, is the mountain Vesuvius sits. Slopes are peaceful, green with vineyards and orchards. Children gather grapes along its edges. To the people of Pompeii, the mountain is simply part of the view. A silent guardian watching over the town. You walk further now. You pass through a stone archway and step into a garden blooming with roses, poppies, and pomegranate trees. A servant hums while trimming lavender. Bees drift lazily through the air. Everywhere is warmth, comfort, serenity. There is no urgency here, only time. Time to breathe, time to live, time to rest. The streets of Pompeii are a mosaic of human life. You'll hear a couple whispering near a mural of Venus. A baker sings as he kneads dough for tomorrow's loaves. A sculptor chisels a statue, white dust rising around him like mist. You pause beside a wall where someone has scratched graffiti. Love conquers all. And somewhere in the distance, a dog barks, a bell chimes, and the mountain exhales a single puff of smoke, too small to notice, too quiet to warn. But for now, everything is calm. Everything is safe. You are here in ancient Pompeii, where the past still breathes. Let it hold you gently as you begin to drift deeper into the story. The sun rises gently over Pompeii. Its first rays touch the rooftops and creep across gardens, guming the dew-covered leaves of fig trees and vines. You find yourself standing before a modest yet elegant home. A domus nestled along the Via dell'Abbondanza, one of the busiest streets in the city. It belongs to Lucius Phineas Felix, a respected merchant known for his fine dyed linens. This is where his family lives, and this morning, you are one of them. You step quietly into the atrium, a beautiful open-air courtyard. At the center of the home, light spills from the square opening above, and in the middle, water ripples gently in a small marble pool, the impluvium. Around it, the floor is a mosaic of dolphins and ships, faded with age, but still proud. A breeze passes through the columns. Somewhere, a sparrow chirps in the rafters. Flavia, Lucius' wife, enters barefoot, her long white stola brushing the tiles. She carries a bowl of fresh plums and sets them beside a clay amphora of honeyed wine. Her dark hair is pinned with ivory combs, and around her neck is a simple chain of coral beads, a gift from Lucius many years ago in the cubicula. The small bedrooms surrounding the courtyard. Their son Marcus stirs beneath a linen sheet. He's 10 years old, curious, clever, and always asking questions. He dreams of one day becoming a lawyer, perhaps even a senator. But for now, he's more interested in skipping school and playing with his dog, Rufus. The household slowly wakes out in the Colina. The kitchen, servants, prepare bread baked with herbs, goat cheese, olives, and sweet dates. Outside, the market is beginning to stir. Vendors raise wooden shutters. Donkeys bray in the distance. The scent of warm bread, fresh fish, and crushed basil rises in the air. Lucius kisses Flavia's forehead and steps out to his shop near the forum, carrying scrolls under his arm. His tunic is spotless, his sandals freshly oiled. He stops briefly at the Temple of Mercury to light a small oil lamp in prayer. Business is steady. He greets customers with a nod, offers them bolts of Tyrian purple, checks accounts, and sends a boy to collect dye from the docks. Back home, Flavia visits the public baths with her sister-in-law. The air inside is warm and thick, with the scent of cedar oil and crushed rose petals. Women chat quietly in corners, reclining on benches or soaking in the tepidarium. They speak of dreams, gossip, herbs, in which baker's bread rose highest. This week, later that afternoon, Marcus sits under the shade of a blooming laurel tree in the peristyle garden. He scribbles on a wax tablet, writing lines from Virgil. But soon he gives up, runs to Rufus, and together they chase butterflies through the tall grass dot. As evening falls, the family gathers for cena, the evening meal. They recline on cushioned couches in their dining room, where the walls are painted with scenes from the Aeneid and images of Roman gods. There is laughter. Lucius tells a story about a fisherman who caught an octopus the size of a man. Flavia pretends to believe him. Marcus nearly falls off the couch laughing. The lamps are lit with olive oil, casting golden light across the faces of the family. Outside, the street quiets. The city rests, and above them, as always, the mountain. Watch as Mount Vesuvius sits like a sleeping giant on the horizon, framed by stars. No one fears it. No one expects it to wake the people of Pompeii, like Lucius, Flavia, and Marcus. Believe in the strength of Rome, the rhythms of life, and the blessings of their gods. They have no idea that this night may be one of their last. The day began just like the one before. The sun rose softly over the hills, spreading golden warmth across the rooftops. Children laughed in the alleys. Merchants opened their stalls. Bakers loaded round loaves into wood-fired ovens. Birds soared over the amphitheatrum, catching the first rising thermals of the morning. In the home of Lucius, a cloth merchant, breakfast was underway. Flavia offered figs and warm milk. Marcus fed scraps of cheese to Rufus under the table. It was the 24th of August, in the year 79 AD, and it would be the last sunrise the people of Pompeii would ever see. Far above the city, the mountain stirred out. At first, there was only a distant rumble, like thunder rolling across the sea. Few noticed it. Mount Vesuvius had always been there, a calm and silent guardian. No one had ever seen it erupt. No one imagined that it could. But by midday, the sky had begun to change. A deep roar echoed across the fields, and then, with a terrible cracking sound, the mountain split open. From its jagged peak erupted a towering column of smoke and ash, so high it disappeared into the heavens. Lightning crackled through it. The earth shook violently. Animals panicked. Birds vanished from the sky. The people of Pompeii poured into the streets. Some screamed, others prayed. Dust began to fall, soft as snowflakes at first, then thicker, darker dot. Lucius grabbed Marcus by the hand and ran outside. Flavia followed, clutching a leather pouch of coins, her breath ragged with fear. Ash fell. Faster, it coated rooftops. It stung the eyes, scattered in the streets, choking the drains and clogging the sky with darkness. Within hours, day had become night. The air smelled of sulfur and death. Buildings groaned under the weight of falling ash. Those who stayed indoors began to suffocate. Those who ran had no direction to run. By midnight, fireballs shot from the sky. The cloud above the mountain collapsed inward, sending a pyroclastic surge, a wave of superheated gas, ash, and stone racing toward the city at more than 100 kilometers per hour. It moved like liquid flame. It swallowed the port. It crushed buildings, turned bodies to stone in seconds. In a flash, it fell silent. Centuries passed. The city was buried under meters of ash and stone. Its name faded from memory. He became a ghost, whispered about, but never found. A buried time capsule, untouched, unspoiled. Until one day, long after, someone dug too deep while building a well. And then, walls, colors, bodies, frozen. In time, a lost city beneath the earth. Pompeii was found again. The mountain slept again. Centuries passed. Empires rose and fell. Languages changed. Maps were redrawn. The world transformed, but beneath the soil, beneath the vines, beneath the feet of farmers and the hooves of horses. Pompeii waited. The roads above it were built and rebuilt. Legends whispered of a forgotten place buried in ash. But no one knew exactly where. No one remembered its name until one day in the mid-1700s, a man digging a well in the village of Resenonat, far from Naples, struck something unusual. It was stone, but not like the volcanic rock he was used to. It was smooth, it was carved, and it didn't belong to his time. Archaeologists arrived with shovels and brushes. Years passed, decades. Layer by layer, they unearthed entire streets, temples, villas, frescoes, and fountains frozen in time. They found the bakery with loaves of bread still in the oven, untouched since the morning of the eruption. They found wine shops with amphorae, sealed and labeled. They found mosaics, vibrant and delicate, depicting gods and myths and wild animals. They found bathhouses, public squares, theaters, and they found bodies. Men, women, children, curled in corners, hands raised to shield their faces. Some held one another in their final moments. Some lay near doorways, trying to escape. Some were so perfectly preserved that you could see the lines of their clothing, the shape of their sandals. It was as if time itself had taken a breath and never exhaled again. Pompeii became a window, a place where the past whispered through broken walls, where lives long gone could be glimpsed once more, where historians, poets, kings, and dreamers walked cobblestone paths touched by Roman feet 2,000 years before. And now, here you are too. You have walked the same streets. You've heard the echo of voices lost to history. You've watched the sky darken, felt the earth shake, and seen the fire rain down. But now, the story quiets. The ash has settled. The mountain is still. The air is soft again. You lie in the garden of a Pompeian villa, surrounded by fig trees and lavender, and overhead, stars twinkle just as they did then. History has folded itself around. You, like a blanket shoe, are safe. You are warm. You are resting. Let the story lull you. Let the voices fade. Let Pompeii sleep again, and so should you. Good night.